So there is one group of people in America that have the dominating power of decision. Everything is swayed based on how they feel things are, whether it be history, whether it be the government, whether it be faith, whether it be science. Everything is controlled by this one group of people. By this one group of people, if they're not happy, boom, you have a Democratic president. Boom, you have a Republican president. Boom, you now have laws that ban you from owning things. Boom. Now you're not allowed to have certain things in certain places. Boom. Your educational views are altered. And in the process of these people doing these things, they still teach your kids a certain thing. One thing. They stick with that thing. And the problem with that is because those people control things, is that now you're stuck in a situation where unless you have the money, unless you have the family, unless you have the time to pull your kids back from them, their views become your child's views, becomes your child's theologies. And that's how the world operates now. And 4 generations of your children will now believe that, because you didn't have the information or the time and the understanding to do whatever was necessary so that your children wouldn't go that route. This is social engineering at its most fundamental level. Social engineering has been happening for millennia. You can't change social engineering. And people want to talk about history, but they forget that it was their ancestors who wanted a better life for themselves that went to go take things from other people. Their ancestors typically are the ones who teach other nations that in order to survive, in order to have better, in order to do better for oneself, you must destroy the lifestyle and and take what belongs to other people. I'm supposed to feel sorry for the Native Americans, which I do, but also I'm Arawak, also I'm Black Jew. This lady thought it clever today to be in a conversation with me and have the information that I have and say it. And she said to me, the American people will not be divided. So, with that being said, if you don't like what's going on, or I think if you don't like what's going on, you should leave this country. When I told her that I was Arawak, I didn't mention Black Jew. And if not for the fact that my ancestors lived long enough to be able to tell me that, I wouldn't know that I was Arawak by blood. But when I told her that, she said she got surprised, and her face was like, oh crap, what did I just say? Ignorance is bliss. I think about that because we're supposed to study to prove, we're supposed to study to show thyself to prove unto Yah, right? But we read a book and accept everything and anything that is stated, and we don't research to make sure a thing is so. If a thing is not correct, you're supposed to purge it, but we try to find other areas of the book to where we can reason off to make it look good, to clean it up a little bit. People call that studying a precept upon precept, but there's a danger in that. We keep forgetting that our lives have been altered on the basis of Egyptians, on the basis of Macedonians, on the basis of Persians, Assyrians, Greeks, Norse, Germanic people. We forget that. Spaniards, Muslims, Catholics. We forget all these people participated in adding their spin on life. And as a result of them adding their spin on life, they've helped to socially engineer how we receive, perceive information and how we operate after such information is given to us. And the problem with that is that when things go wrong, when you're still suffering and you don't know why, your kids stop following you and they operate in everything else that everybody else has been operating in. And when they become successful in it, your history or your connection to your belief that you call truth starts to be seen as flawed. And the fact of the matter is that you weren't doing it correctly to begin with because you weren't taught to do it correctly. Now, one of the things I like that was written in the text was when Pilate said to Yahushua, "What is truth?" I've tried to find any scripture that would have pushed an answer to that in the text. So I realized that when Pilate said that, he was scoffing at Yeshua. You see, the fact of the matter is, truth is whatever we say it is. And that's just that. Truth is in the eyes of the beholder. Truth is how we formulate it based on how we believe and how we think, not what really actuality is. This is why you have false gold and you have real gold. I can pick up a rock over there and hand it to a child who knows absolutely nothing and tell him this is gold. It's true to that child because I taught it to that child. And now for several hundreds of years, that child teaches it to their children. And now you're defending this big lie. And you don't know the truth because nobody taught it to you. You lose faith in it and in everything else because your ancestors believed it all this time. But there was no fruit in it. So you sought the lifestyle of other people to say, this is better for me. Hellenistic Judaism is something very serious for us because Hellenism is when the Greeks control your lands, your people, and also your culture. And all I need is a little bit of time and a weapon to kill off your beliefs. Take your children away from you. Now you get old and decrepit, you die off. And now I control your history. That is a problem. Because now I can say whatever I want to say. I can tell you to pray to God. God is a name given to Zeus. Zeus is Du. The people of Zeus is Duos. I can talk to you about being immortal. I can talk to you about more than one Alahai. I can get you to have sex with me in an improper order. I can get you to pray to me and to follow me everywhere, anywhere, and do whatever I want to do at my whim because I control you. I control your children. I can tell you what is true marriage. It's a psychosis in that everything in your reality is based upon my illusion. That's some serious stuff to swallow. You're supposed to be studying to show thyself approved unto Yah, but you're accepting everything else that everybody's telling you. And your people are separate. Your people are losing. People are sick. They're unhealthy. They hate each other. They're killing each other. Malcolm X said, "Who taught you to hate each other?" Who taught you? Who taught you? Is your line of thinking in line with the purpose of that you were destined for? Or did you believe the lie and you decided not to question it? Being in condition is very dangerous. I'm going to go because it's always funny to me that a group of people can have a perception about life and reality, and it's based off of the views of the world and not what's really going on. So you can kill Muammar Gaddafi. You can kill Hugo Chavez and many other people because it works to your motives. And because I have a beard on my face, you thought I was Muslim, so you told me to go back where I came from.